The day your life truly shifts is the day you decide to take full control of it. Pause and think about that for a second. How many people are still waiting? Waiting for help, waiting for support, waiting for someone to believe in them, waiting for the perfect moment to arrive. And while they keep waiting, life does not stop. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years. And their dream stays in the exact same place. Why? Because they are expecting someone else to do what only they can do themselves. Here is the reality, and it may not sound comfortable. Nobody is coming. No one is going to wake you up early every day. No one is going to force you to stay disciplined. No one is going to build your future for you. No one is going to turn your dreams into reality. That responsibility is yours. You have to take ownership of your life. You may not be able to control the weather, the timing, or every situation around you, but you can control yourself. And that is where real strength begins. Not in blaming others, not in complaining about problems, not in sitting and waiting. It begins with ownership. The moment you stop searching for answers outside and begin looking within yourself, things start to change. Now, this does not mean you will never get help. You might meet mentors. You might find supportive friends. You might come across opportunities. But none of these can replace your effort, because nobody can do your push-ups for you. Nobody can read your books for you. Nobody can practice discipline on your behalf. Nobody can become successful in your place. You have to put in the work. Success is not random. It is not luck, and it is not magic. It is built through effort and discipline. And discipline starts when excuses stop. No more waiting. No more blaming. No more hoping someone will come and save you. Because the truth is, the person you have been waiting for is already there, looking back at you in the mirror. The one who can change your life is already you. Plus, people depend on her, but this is directions affects the whole. Not next year, not someday, today. Today we are talking about responsibility, self-reliance, mental strength, and the courage to keep moving, even when no one is supporting you. Because the strongest people learn something powerful. You do not need everyone to believe in you. You just need to stop doubting yourself. Nobody is coming. And that is not bad news. It is freedom, because it means your future is still in your hands. So stand up, take responsibility, do the work, build the life you want. No excuses, no waiting, no rescue. Only action. The moment you stop expecting someone else to fix your life is the moment your life begins to change. Let that idea sink in. Most people spend years waiting for support, waiting for encouragement, waiting for the perfect chance, waiting for someone to notice them. But while they wait, time keeps moving forward. Days pass, months pass, years pass, and their dream stays exactly where it started. Not because it was impossible, but because they were waiting for someone else to make it happen. Here is another truth that can be hard to accept. Nobody is coming. Nobody will wake you up early. Nobody will force you to learn. Nobody will make you disciplined. Nobody will build your future for you. That responsibility belongs to you. If you want things to change, you must change. That is where real power starts. Not when someone helps you, not when things suddenly improve, not when luck shows up, but when you decide to take control. Now understand this clearly. Doing things on your own does not mean you will never get help. You may still find mentors. You may still meet good people. You may still get opportunities. But even with all the support in the world, the work is still yours. Nobody can train your body for you. Nobody can learn for you. Nobody can shape your character for you. Nobody can succeed for you.
You must do it yourself.
And this is not something to fear. It is actually one of the most freeing truths you can understand. Because once you accept that nobody is coming, you stop waiting. You stop making excuses. You stop blaming others. You stop depending on conditions and start taking action. You may not be able to change your entire life overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. Think about that. You might not transform everything today, but you can take one step in a new direction today. One decision, one action, one commitment. That is all it takes to begin. Most people do not realize how much power they already have. They think someone else has the answers. Someone else has better chances. Someone else has the advantage. But often, what they need is already inside them. What they lack is not help. What they lack is responsibility. Because responsibility creates power. The moment you say, "My future is my responsibility," everything starts to shift. You become more focused, more disciplined, more determined, because now you are no longer expecting someone else to carry the weight. You carry it yourself. And yes, there will be hard days. Days when no one notices your effort. Days when no one claps for your progress. Days when no one understands your vision. Keep going anyway, because strong people learn how to move forward without constant encouragement. They learn how to believe in themselves before anyone else does. That is the difference between dreamers and achievers. Dreamers wait. Achievers act. Dreamers hope someone will help them. Achievers start with what they already have. Dreamers depend on circumstances. Achievers depend on discipline. Success is not something that just happens to you. It is something you create. And creating requires action. It requires responsibility. It requires ownership. It requires courage. The courage to keep moving forward even when you feel alone. Because sometimes the biggest growth happens in silence. When nobody is watching, when nobody is cheering, when nobody is helping. Those are the moments that build strength. Those are the moments that shape character. Those are the moments that create leaders. So stop waiting. Stop looking around. Stop hoping someone will come and save you. Look in the mirror. The person who can change your life is already there. The person who can build your future is already there. The person who can create success is already there. That person is you. Start now, even if you have to do it alone. Take responsibility, because nobody is coming. And that is exactly why you can become unstoppable. You cannot pay someone to do your push-ups for you. Think about that carefully. There are certain things in life that cannot be handed off to someone else. They cannot be transferred. They cannot be avoided. They must be done by you. Your discipline, your habits, your decisions, your effort. No one else can replace these things. And this is where many people struggle. They look for shortcuts. They search for help. They hope someone will carry the weight for them. But life does not work like that. Growth is personal. Change is personal. Success is personal. The price of success is paid in private, not in public. Think about it. No one can study for your exams. No one can train your body. No one can build your skills. No one can develop your mindset. People can guide you. They can support you. They can encourage you. But they cannot do the work for you. And this is where many lose their direction. They depend too much on outside motivation. Too much encouragement, too much approval, too much external support. But motivation fades. Support is not always there, and approval does not last. What stays is your effort, your discipline, your consistency. Your life changes when your habits change, and habits are built through repetition. not advice, not motivation, not inspiration. Repetition. Doing the work again and again, even when it feels boring, even when it feels difficult, even when no one is watching. That is where real change happens. Now think about this. If someone else could do everything for you, you would never become strong. You would never build discipline. You would never grow into someone capable. Because struggle builds strength. Effort builds confidence. Discipline builds character. And none of these can be given to you. They must be earned. Do not wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to handle a hard one. Because difficulty is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It pushes you. It tests you. It shows you who you really are. But every time you go through challenges on your own, you become stronger. Now imagine a life where everything is done for you. No effort, no struggle, no challenge. You would never grow. You would never improve. You would never discover what you are capable of. That is why effort is necessary. Because effort leads to transformation. No one can wake up early for you. No one can make your choices for you. No one can build your discipline. No one can fight your inner battles. You must face them yourself. And yes, it can feel hard. It can feel lonely. It can feel overwhelming sometimes. But that is exactly where strength is built. Strength does not come from what is easy. It comes from overcoming what once felt impossible. And every time you choose to do the work yourself, you grow. Every time you push through resistance, you grow. Every time you refuse to quit, you grow. Until one day, you realize something powerful. You no longer need someone to push you. Because you have become the person who pushes yourself. Because you have become the person who pushes yourself. And that is real freedom. So understand this deeply. No one can do the work for you, because the work is what shapes you. Do the work yourself. Take charge of your growth and become the person you were meant to be. Excuses are the bricks used to build a life of failure. Think about that slowly and carefully. Every excuse sounds harmless at first. I was tired. I did not have enough time. I will begin tomorrow. It is too hard right now. But when those words are repeated again and again, excuses become a habit, and habits shape your life. Not your intentions, not your dreams, your habits. Success comes from a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Now listen closely. Excuses do not ruin your life all at once. They destroy it slowly, quietly, steadily. One delay, one complaint, one reason. And before long, time has passed. Opportunity has passed. Confidence has faded. And nothing has changed. Not because life was unfair, but because effort was replaced with excuses. Now let's talk about complaints. Complaining can feel easy. It can feel like relief. It can feel like release. But in truth, it is surrender. Because every complaint says, this is happening to me, instead of saying, I will do something about it. That difference changes everything. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. That is responsibility. That is maturity. That is strength. Now think about successful people. Do they face problems? Yes. Do they face setbacks? Yes. Do they face disappointment? Absolutely. But they do not stay there. They do not live there. They do not make that place their identity. They keep moving forward. They focus on solutions, not stories, not excuses, not complaints. Because results do not come from talking about problems. Results come from solving them. Now ask yourself, honestly, What have excuses cost you? The gym you skipped, the skill you did not learn, the chance you did not take, the goal you kept putting off, not because you could not do it, but because you talked yourself out of it. And over time, excuses turn into identity. A person who excuses today will excuse tomorrow, unless they break that pattern. And breaking that pattern begins with one decision. No more excuses, no more complaints, only action, only responsibility, only results. Your life does not improve by chance. It improves by change. And change starts with honesty. Honesty with yourself. Honesty about your effort. Honesty about your discipline. Because deep down, you already know. You know when you are avoiding work. You know when you are delaying. You know when you are making excuses. And the moment you admit it, you gain power over it. Now listen carefully. A life without excuses is not an easy life, but it is a powerful life because it removes confusion, it removes blame, it removes delay, and replaces them with clarity, focus, and direction. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what do I need to do now? That is where real change begins, because life rewards action, not excuses, not complaints, action. So take responsibility, own your situation, do the work, move forward even when it is hard, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when you do not feel like it, because results do not come from excuses, they come from execution. Do not just wish for it, work for it. That is the difference. So from this moment on, make a decision. No excuses, no complaints, only results. Do the work. Take responsibility. Let your results speak for you. The seasons of life do not change overnight, but they do change always. Think about that. There are seasons that feel heavy, quiet seasons, lonely seasons, seasons where no one sees your effort, seasons where you are working but no one notices, trying but no one applauds, growing but no one understands. And in those moments, doubt begins to speak. Is this even working? Am I wasting my time? Why am I doing this alone? Those are normal thoughts, but they are not always true thoughts, because progress is not always visible. Growth is not always loud. Change is not always easy to spot. Just because you cannot see results does not mean results are not happening. Think about a seed. When it is planted in the ground, it looks like nothing is going on. No movement, no growth above the soil, no sign of life. But under the dirt, something powerful is happening. Roots are forming. Strength is growing. The base is being built. And without that hidden process, there would be no tree later. Your life works the same way. What feels like delay is often development. What feels like silence is often preparation. What feels like loneliness is often strengthening, but only if you stay, only if you keep going, only if you trust the process. Do not judge your progress by what you see today. Judge it by what you are becoming. Now understand this clearly. Lonely seasons are not punishment. They are preparation. Preparation for strength. Preparation for maturity. Preparation for growth. Because when nobody is watching, you learn discipline. When nobody is helping, you learn independence. When nobody is cheering, you learn self-belief. And those are the qualities that build strong people. Not comfort, not attention, not praise, but quiet consistency. Now let's be honest. It is easy to stay committed when people are watching. It is easy to stay motivated when people are praising you. It is easy to stay focused when the results are easy to see. But real strength is built in silence.
When no one sees your effort, when no one notices your progress, when no one understands your path,
And still you keep going. Disciplined. Mommy, that is discipline. That is character. That is power. The strongest foundation is built in the quietest places. If you are in a lonely season right now, do not quit. Do not rush the process. Do not believe that nothing is happening. Something is happening. You are growing. You are building. You are becoming, even if you cannot see it yet. Because every day you stay committed, you are strengthening your future self. Every day you continue, you are laying the base for your success. Every day you trust the process, you are proving your discipline. And one day, it will all make sense. The struggle, the silence, the waiting, it will all connect. Every season has a purpose, even the ones you do not understand. So keep going, even when it feels slow, even when it feels lonely, even when it feels uncertain. Because seasons always change. And the people who stay consistent during hard seasons are the ones who rise when the season changes. So trust it, work through it, grow through it, because your breakthrough is not lost, it is developing. And when the time is right, it will show itself. Stay patient, stay consistent, trust the process. Your season is changing. Success is not something you chase. It is something you become. Think about that slowly and carefully. Most people only focus on results, the money, the success, the recognition, the outcome. But they forget something important. The real work is not only what you achieve, it is who you become while doing it. The biggest value in life is not what you get. The biggest value is what you become. Let that sink in. Because becoming unstoppable is not a single moment. It is a process, a daily process, a disciplined process, a repeated process built through action, through consistency, and through responsibility. Yay. Now listen closely. An unstoppable person is not someone who never struggles, not someone who never fails, not someone who never feels doubt. It is someone who keeps going anyway, even when it is hard, even when it is slow, even when it is uncertain. That is strength. That is character. That is power. You are not defined by what happens to you. You are defined by how you respond. Now think about your own life. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every setback is teaching you. Every hard moment is building you. But only if you stay in the game. Only if you keep moving. Only if you refuse to quit. Because quitting stops growth. Continuing creates change. And change is what builds unstoppable people. Now understand this deeply. Unstoppable people are not born. They are built. Built through repetition. Built through discipline. Built through daily effort. They do what others avoid. They stay steady when others quit. They keep moving when others stop. Not because they are special, but because they made different choices. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. And that bridge must be crossed every single day. Step by step. Action by action. Choice by choice. Until discipline becomes part of who you are. Now picture this. A version of you that does not hesitate, does not quit, does not run from responsibility. A version of you that shows up every day no matter what. That version is not far away. It is built through what you do today, not through tomorrow's hopes, not through someday's plans, but through today. Because every small action adds to the person you are becoming. Every disciplined choice builds your strength. Every time you push through resistance, you build confidence. Until one day, you realize something powerful.
You are no longer the person who struggles to begin.
You are the person who cannot stop That is what unstoppable means. Not perfect, not effortless, consistent. And consistency always wins. Small disciplines, repeated each day, lead to great results. So stop waiting to become strong. Start building strength. Stop waiting to become disciplined. Start practicing discipline. Stop waiting to become unstoppable. Start acting like it now. Because your future is not something you find. It is something you build, brick by brick, action by action, day by day. And one day, you will look back and realize the moment you refused to quit was the moment you became unstoppable. Build yourself. Strengthen yourself. Become the person that nothing can break. Your life will not change when the world changes. It will change when you change. Take a moment and think about all of this. Nobody is coming. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to carry your responsibility. And that is not a weakness. That is your power. Because when you accept full responsibility, you take back control of your life. No more excuses, no more waiting, no more blaming. Only action, only discipline, only progress. Success is not handed out. It is earned through daily effort. So keep going, even when it feels hard, even when it feels slow, even when it feels lonely, because every step you take is shaping your future self. And one day, you will look back and know that the moment you decided to do it alone was the moment everything started to change.
No excuses. No waiting. No quitting. Only becoming unstoppable.